the last heat, the round of 32. Jordy Smith up against Leonardo Fioravanti, and this should be a good battle. Jordy Smith, a former Bells champion. This is where he had his last CT win back in 2017. Leonardo, he's got some size in his turns. He's a big boy, and he'll be able to put up a good fight to Jordy here.
His walls are going to get more challenging as the day goes on.
Looks like Smith is going to get started here in the last heat of the round. Loading up, just trying to find some open face here. Looking like he's on some pretty hefty equipment as well. Jordy Smith works through that first carve, but that wave just absolutely flattens out. So he's out of there. Plenty of time on the clock. 50-minute heats.
Taking a look here at what happened with Jordy. You know, he is riding this Dahlberg, which, again, the fixed fins, he had to give way to Leo Fioravanti, who had priority. Matter of fact, that's what it was. They're in the same heat. He had to give way because Leo had the priority. As we watch Leo here, this wave with all that foam, and you can see the water moving out off the beach. It's a fairly steep beach, so you're going to get this backwash, which adds to the element of difficulty on this inside section. Plus all the energy and all the water that's involved there. So a bigger board.
It's kind of a lucky game too out there. So when it's that big, it's out of control, and you don't really know what to expect when you take off on the wave.
Equipment choice looking on point. What were you riding?
I was riding 6.0 JS, brand new actually. It was the first time I rode it. It went pretty good. I mean, the one wave that I caught, I felt like I could push pretty hard on it. So yeah, thanks boys at all JS. You guys killed it.
And tell me about the prestige of this event and what it would mean to win it.
3:45 to go. He may get out there and get one more chance.
Leonardo Fioravanti up at the moment, trying to get ahead of Jordy Smith, and just added those extras by committing to getting back up over that whitewater.
And you think about too is that you've got to do the comparisons as we see up and riding Jordy Smith.
Well, let's see if this board change works out for Jordy. Strong first turn, nice section here. Leans back onto the tail. Jordy into his 12th year on the championship tour. A two-time runner-up to the world title. A former champion here at Bells Beach. Gets the finish there on the inside. I don't think we've ever seen him looking this good coming into a new season. He is as fit as he's ever been.
Yeah, he is, and he's psyched. I think he even self-admission, again, the all-in.
Jordy having to think about this one. And he's going to fade back and try and set up a big vertical approach here. Maybe even lay that rail down. Nice swoop to get started. Incredible how well Jordy just irons out the kinks in these big bumpy walls. Has the power to push through. Nice projection float there. The crowd eating it up as the big South African makes his way through to the inside. The realisation of a dream for Jordy here back in 2017. Has always eyed off the event win here at Bells Beach. Got the victory. And loved shaking that trophy up there on the main stage. In fact, he shaked it so hard it came back, hit him in the face, and knocked some of his tooth out.
I guess every Bells experience is a memory that you'll hold on to. Luckily, it didn't hit his lip. As we watch the replay here, you mentioned iron out the kinks. I mean, he is, like you said, the best. In these wild conditions, he can make it look so smooth. I like his adjustment with equipment because he's still getting the positivity of a longer board, yet getting that extra maneuverability by going 2 inches shorter.
Here's the thing I love about Jordy is just his ability to flow everything seamlessly. I think, you know, in the modern era, there's probably a little more acceptance of kind of flapping your way to those major sections. You can kind of jump, generate speed differently, but he just holds a rail so beautifully from start to finish. It's awesome to watch.
Yeah, it is, and it's a lot of it has to do, and that can change how a board feels and works, let alone the size of the fins, the flex of the fins.
Here we go, Leonardo Fioravanti. He's chasing down a number here. Jordy Smith really starting to gather some momentum at the moment. Had a 7.27 on his last ride. That means that Leo is after an 8.1 at the moment. Meanwhile, in Heat 1, the round of 16, Kelly Slater dropped to 6 for his last ride. Pedersen Crisanto, we're yet to see him on a wave. was disappointed with his own performance. It was tough conditions, but he just felt that he had more to give. But down here, that celebration certainly been unfolding. There was a night held for Kelly at the Torquay pub by a local podcast, Ain't That Swell. That was a full sold-out show.
Really well to kind of just come through and he just stay on his stomach. And as soon as I turned around and he wasn't there with me, I was like, oh my God, he went on that wave. And I was like, this is pretty dangerous. But yeah, I guess that was one mistake I made. But you know, there's a couple waves that we were just like 2, 3, 4 feet away from catching. And when it's like that, you just have to be in the spot.
The pressure's on Leo, isn't it? Needs an 8.1. Having a look at a wave at the moment. This one's got a pretty clean face on the outside section. Great shot there, showing you the height in this wall. And Leo digs in. Nice first turn. A little caught it behind the section for a moment here, but this is a long wave. He's got plenty of room to move down the line. Will this wave make the connection through to the inside, though? He's going to stick with it. Bit of foam on the face. So tricky to just keep composure and load up. Up into it. Solid hit there. And not sure it's going to get to the 8.1.
They're paying the dues by catching the waves on the head. Watching Leo Fioravanti, quality maneuver on the outside. You know, then a lot of work just to get to the next quality section. He did kind of maneuver through this one, but foam on the face, so not able to really dig in. And then gets to that final section. He waits here. So this feels like to me that he'll improve. But again, you had mentioned needing an excellent 8.1 to turn the heat.
On his next ride, he's trying to better a 2 to increase his lead. Here goes Jordy Smith. Can really make life difficult for Leo here. He just needs to better a 6.83. Super patient for getting up onto that rail. No major turns just yet. And he's going to get out of that one. Seconds remaining in the last heat, the round of 32. Jordy Smith gave up priority here. And Pedersen Grisanto, he's chasing just a 5.58. In fact, this is Leonardo Fioravanti, who's chasing the score. Pedersen's in the heat with Kelly, but needs a 6.83 here.
Not yet. He's on his way, though.
Here's the big section. Nice layback jam. Can he get back up there again? I think he might have needed more work on that ride.
I would agree, Ronnie. But it just goes to show how difficult it is to really find that high-quality maneuver.
Chipping away at the big requirement.
Well, he was gifted the opportunity, really, by Jordy making the mistake. And paddling for the wave before and losing priority gave Leo this opportunity. And it felt like this was the section that he really could have laid in something a little bit more dynamic, but with all that foam, very tough. And even here, and the layback jam, nice, but felt like he needed one more solid move.
Such a horrible section to try and lay down a big turn on. So much foam on the face.
The number came in, Ron, not enough.
Yeah, 5.43. For those of you who are watching on Fox Sports, if you want to continue to enjoy the show, go to worldsurfleague.com. Kelly Slater out there in the lineup leading the heat. When we come back from the break, Joe Topel and Martin Potter will step in for the call.